Hello, kitties. Welcome back to a bonus episode of Golden God and Friends podcast. Don't know what the hell we're going to be talking about, but a shout out to you guys, GG Nation, GG Legion. I'm your host and moderator, Straussman, the GG himself. It's your boy. And Lewis wanted to be on the podcast today, so obviously he wants to ride my coattails and my greatness.
You've been talking about this for so long.
I know, you gotta watch the first episode. Me and Dan discussed that. So what? I don't know what the hell we're talking about today. So what did you want to talk about, Lewis?
I don't know, man.
Let's go with the flow. You seem very nervous. Be free. Be natural.
I'm fine, bro. Let's talk about Persona. How you got me into that game right now.
I got a lot of people into Persona. Well, I want to go with your initial thoughts. What did you think initially? What made you get the interest besides, me and probably Caesar and a few others that talked about it? Well, I got all those guys into Persona. Every single one of them.
Okay, well, originally, I was like, it's a JRPG, you got me into Digimon. So that's another one right there.
But you're also a Digimon fan, though.
Yeah, of course. But, trying out these, JRPG, I was like, hey, let me try it. And it's gotten so much hype. I've gotten so many reviews.
A lot of 9.7s.
Exactly. And then when I went to the store to talk to Caesar, he, basically said that's all he does, and then that's all you do. Oh, there you go.
That's all he does. Well, I got what the story is behind it. I already talked about it, but I got it a day early. Amazon sent it to me the day early, and I was like, what the hell? Is it my birthday? It must be. This is awesome. But we had I had to watch out for the gas guy.
Yeah.
So I couldn't play it a lot that day because I got it really early. I get my mail super early. I get my mail about 10 o'clock, 10:30.
Yeah.
Most.
It's 6 p.m. and etc.
For a lot of people, a lot of people get it super late. So shout out to Amazon. Appreciate getting it a day early. But I could tell, and obviously I got called in early that day too. When I was at said store at the time. And I'm like, shit. Alright, I'll go in early. But I got to play it for 28 minutes. In the first 28 minutes, I could already tell, after beating Persona 4, I play Persona 4 literally every year. Don't judge me. I got 300 hours into Persona 4 and Golden combined. Of just playing that alone. And then Persona 3, my first playthrough, I beat in 108 hours. So that's a good 400 hours plus into this series that I love so much. And playing 5 for the first 28 minutes, I could tell that this game was better than that. And that is crazy to me. And, bold statement, said it already. I know a lot of friends are still waiting to play it. But play it. I was absolutely blown away, right? In the game, I'm 56 hours in, and
I'm already 5 hours in,
and it already, it always continuously surprises me. Even though I played all the previous Personas, this one, I'm okay. Well, this happened in the previous Persona. It's gonna go this way, and it doesn't go that way at all. It's still really surprising me every single time, and. It's absolutely just an amazing game. I'm glad that I got a lot of people out of their comfort zone because I used to do that all the time with Persona 4 Golden when people would buy a Vita and I knew they weren't into anime or JRPGs. I'm like, look, listen. And I would spew about Persona 4. And I'm like, just try this one out. This is a pre-owned copy. Go get it. Try it out. See if you like it. And they would always come back to me and this game's absolutely incredible.
Yeah, that's initially what I did. I bought a pre-owned copy yesterday just in case I didn't like it.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking about just returning it.
But that was just with 4. Now 5's out, and it seems universally loved. I've seen so many people on message boards, Game Facts, Reddit. Everybody, I've never played a JRPG before, but I want to play Persona 5, and they get into it. And I'm so jealous of that, because this is your first one. Or I've been into Persona for so many years now, and it was kind of like a secret, but now it's kind of blowing up because this is very much their Final Fantasy VII. It is absolutely an amazing accomplishment, and it's a dedication and the work to that team, the English guys, the Japanese guys. because translating's a bitch. Like, it is a huge bitch. But what are your first like impressions of the first 5 hours already?
It's an amazing game, man. Good story. You know, I mean, you gotta be into JRPGs. It's like any other JRPGs. You know,
I don't necessarily say though. You don't have to. That's the one thing I like about.
You gotta like the story. You can't be an impatient person because it's gonna be a lot of talking.
Yes.
Remember Chris when he got Digimon? He returned it because he said it was too much talking.
But Persona 5 changes that because you are immediately, slight spoiler, you're immediately thrown in.
Yeah, but
you're immediately thrown in.
You gotta think that's only the first 5 minutes, but after that it's just constant talking.
That's probably the first, I'd say, about 10, 15 minutes.
Exactly, but it's constant.
Don't ever touch it again.
So it's you gotta be patient. You gotta appreciate a good story. That's I like games that have good stories and everything. I just open world games are kind of hard for me to get into, like Horizon Zero Dawn. It was constant action. It's mostly roaming and stuff. I like stories that have a set time or a set story.
It's definitely a single player experience, but I don't ever say you should necessarily like it. You have to like a JRPG, because I was very much the opposite of that when I was younger. I would always just play my platformers, and play whatever sports game or whatever. And then I played Final Fantasy VII, the demo for PC, and I was like, holy shit. This game's actually really, really good. Because I always was the same way as most people's had a negative tone and thought, turn-based is boring as shit. Why would I do that? Why would I make a move and then another guy make a move and then I make another move, I guess, and then they make another move?
Yeah.
But Persona makes it very fun. It is a rhythm game in a lot of ways, not like Hatsune Miku or anything like that. It's a rhythm in the sense you don't understand it yet because you're still learning it, but you will find a rhythm of everything, of your daily life, what choices you make, what you're gonna do this night, what you're gonna do this. Oh shit, am I gonna go to the palace tonight, or no? I'm gonna go talk to Anne and level her up. Because what Persona is all about bonds, forming, strength and forming bonds with all these people around you. Every game is about that. They changed what it's called in this one. In Persona 5, it's called Confidants, because it fits right into what you guys are, the Phantom Thieves and stuff like that. So you need a confidant to talk to. But that is very much a social link. And it's very much what you do in real life. Hanging out, like, you hang out with this friend, you get closer. You hang out with this friend, you get closer, etc. You discover people through bonds in real life. And that's what I like about it. And what I also really like about it, too, is it doesn't cater to anybody else. It understands what it is. It's a very Japanese-type game. They don't Americanize anything. It is very Japanese, but you could still like it a lot because the voice acting is incredible. The writing is incredible.
Yeah.
The gameplay is incredible. It's much smoother than all previous ones, for sure. And that was always the problem with the first, with 3 and 4 for a lot of people's eyes, is like, because there's like 3 or 4 hours of dialogue before you get the gameplay. With this one, they throw you right into gameplay.
Exactly.
Then you do your dialogue.
Yeah, exactly. So that's what it was. You got to be very patient, man. I mean, it gives you that little tease. It's like, hey, here's what the game is about, and you play as a leveled up
version of yourself.
Yeah. So it's you see what you're in store for, and what's waiting for you, and that's what makes you work to that level.
What did you think about that? Because I really liked how you are in this game. You are a legit criminal. You are tried as a criminal. Cops are beating the shit out. You get captured in the beginning. You get fucked up, and you're getting interrogated, and you're flashing back and telling Sai what is actually happening.
It's exactly... wait, you haven't watched that show yet.
Which one?
It's exactly like, Oh, you have. Arrow. It's like Arrow. Like, he goes back and forth, back to the, where he's at now, and he goes back to his flashback to...
Do you like that, though? Or...
I do like that a lot, because, it's basically you're telling two stories, then and there, and what's happening and what's going on. I like that kind of thing. So, I mean, it's interesting. It keeps, if you like that kind of thing, it's going to keep you interested in that series.
This game will constantly keep you interested because you're always on your toes. And The thing I like about this, it's very much like an old school JRPG. You really make all the decisions. What you want to do today, what you want to do tonight, what you were, doing the next day. Oh, someone calls you, hey, you want to hang out? Well, I actually want to hang out with this person. Very much like real life, and that's what I like about the game the most. That, you're building these bonds with these particular characters, and what I really like about 5 with the confidant ranks, the bonds in this game, they all have a particular purpose. You don't know yet. I won't spoil it for you.
Well, I got one already with Igor, and it's like different skill sets and different things like that.
Yeah, but his is a natural one. When you find out, like, there's other sub-characters in this game that you'll get to know, but they all have a purpose. They all help you when you rank up their social link.
Okay.
Where in Persona 3 and 4, you had other social links outside your group, but only your party members really
helped out.
Yeah, like they would gain abilities by leveling up, but when you level up those other persons, you were just leveling up to get that max rank so you can get that ultimate persona, basically. Which is what it is kind of about. And I kind of feel like I know where it's going, but I won't say anything because you're very early on. I mean, you're just treading water right now.
Yeah, I'm
much farther. I'm gonna do a spoiler cast with my buddy Chad. We've been talking. I got him into the game, and he's way ahead of me now because I slacked off a couple days. He's probably heading towards the 85-hour mark on his. He's almost probably done his first playthrough. But I want to do a.
It's an awesome game, honestly. I didn't expect, and I'm not much of a gamer like that.
Yeah, you're fine.
Yeah.
I just the mic will pick that up.
Yeah,
for sure. It's there's always when we as older as we get, there's always like, we don't really have the time to play games with stuff, but you will make time for this game. Like, you will play it and you'll get lost in it because it's that good. Like, shit, I put 8 hours into Final Fantasy 15, which is not a fair shake. I need to play that game more.
Yeah.
But I already got 55 hours into Persona. It's everything I wanted and fucking more already, which is crazy because Golden was the perfect game for me. It was absolutely the perfect JRPG, and this one's better. And that's crazy to say that. Where Final Fantasy, it's very hit and miss. We don't know where it's trending. I guarantee either 16 or 17 will go back to turn-based. One of them will do it. You heard it here first, Golden God and Friends podcast.
I don't know. I can't really judge on 15 since I haven't even touched it yet. It's just sitting.
Why haven't you, though?
You know me, man. I don't have time for games right now, and it's only games that I like. Like you saw me, I've been playing Kingdom Hearts 2 for like God knows how long.
That's one of his favorite things. He's constantly always playing Kingdom Hearts 2.
Yeah, so it's just like, I need a game that gets me in, gets me in there. It has to be. I have to get it like. It has to pull me in. The story has to pull me in. It has to just pull me in. I just haven't touched Final Fantasy 15.
And I feel like that's very much a lost art in gaming in a lot of ways, except for the Sony guys. Their first party stuff is always really story driven.
Yeah, honestly, like God of War, exactly.
And like you said, Horizon is also very story driven, but you haven't got into it because it's too open world for you right now.
Yeah.
But there is a really nice coherent storyline that really ties it in a lot better than you would think it would. Which, that story has really surprised me. I got 28 hours into that game. And I was hoping to beat that before Persona 5 came out so I can play Zelda a little bit more. Because I'm only 6 hours into that. And of course I fucking didn't. And Persona 5 came out and I've just been playing mostly that.
He hasn't even touched his Switch. It's like gathering dust right there.
I have. I got 6 hours into it. For sure.
Yeah. He hasn't even touched that in a while.
And it's not that I don't like... Zelda is absolutely one of the most amazing things forever. But Persona is a very special game for me. It always has been since I was 19, 20 years old when I first got hired at said place. And I saw reviews on 3 and 4. I'm like, what the fuck is this shit? Like, why would... Then at said place you could check games at the time. And we still had PS2. And I checked out Persona 3 and I was like...
Well, that's another thing. When we worked at said place, I was always getting people coming in, and they were saying, "Hey, I want to try this out." I was like, "What can you tell me about it?" I was like, "I really don't know." So I started looking up videos on YouTube. One that I wanted to check out, or I did check out, it was for the Vita when I had the Vita at the time, because the Vita, don't get me wrong, awesome console. They could have done it better with it. The games, at least.
It's just the games are very Japanese here. Like
No, exactly. They should have brought more of those Japanese games over here because I know they got more exclusives over there that
they
were
have
amazing.
probably like 500 games in Japan, easy.
Yeah.
But they're a different market though. We don't really mobile game, which is kind of a great success for the Switch because it's kind of a 2-on-1 hybrid.
Yeah.
And everyone tells me they play it out of their dock. I never play my Switch out of the dock. I always play it on a big screen.
Oh, you gotta see like this guy. When he's at set place, all he does is play on his break.
Yeah.
I mean, now that I have the Switch, I'm gonna probably be doing the same thing when I have my hour breaks.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, the Switch has really revolutionized gaming because, you know, a lot of people don't have that luxury of just, you know, having that 9-to-5 job. You know, they come out, they have the weekends off. No, they have to adjust to what their schedule is.
Yeah, it's very tough when you get in the real world, kiddies. When you don't really have a lot of time, you got family. It's tough. So it's a very smart move on Nintendo to do that for the Switch.
Yeah. And I see big things coming with this. I mean, they're already talking about a Xenoblade, right?
It's supposed to come out this year too.
Yeah.
It's already sold over 2 million units, which is very impressive.
And the American market they can't keep stock of it. I mean, they're talking about that the risky move that Nintendo did. They're flying on a regular commercial plane. How many Switches? They extend a set amount of Switches so they can restock. I mean, they're losing money here because they don't have it here right now.
Yeah.
Same thing with like the NES.
That's a little bit different because they didn't make much of those. The Switch, they sold 2 million. That's a lot. That's a lot of fucking units. It's just hotcakes right now. You can't just find it.
Yeah, exactly. And when they get the restock, they sell out in like less than 2 minutes.
And you know, all the companies are kind of trying to take advantage of the trend.
The resellers, they're just trying to make it by putting bundles together.
At every single store, wherever you go, Walmart, said place we used to work for,
Yeah.
you know, Best Buy, they all do it. They all bundle it up, but people don't want to buy bundles. People hate bundles.
Yeah, but if
it's smart. It's smart for the company. I'm not blaming the company is obviously smart, but you do lose customers that way. I lost so many customers because of bundles.
Yeah, no, but I mean, if it's a bundle that makes sense, then yeah, it's good. If it doesn't, you know, if it's games like there was one bundle that had the Just Dance, and it's just like what is that? Why? Everyone wants Legend of Zelda. So when the said place came out with the Legend of Zelda, and it came with a Joy-Con and everything like that, it kind of made sense bundling those up.
But I'm with you. Bundles make absolute sense. You want to bundle things up, but people just have a negative connotation. Like I've been there trying to sell it every day for, you know, how long, whatever. And people, and you always try to, you know, tell them the light about it. It's like, guys, like you're actually saving money doing it this way. And, you know, they never really believe you.
Yeah, no, they think, oh, we're just trying to chip them from their money and stuff. So it's just, yeah.
Absolutely. It's going to be very Wii U-ish this year. They're going to have a lot, like, all their exclusives are going to be, like, separate months and stuff. They're going to not really have a lot of third-party stuff this year. Next year is what I'm really excited to see.
I can't wait to see for that Elder Scrolls. They try to promote when they first, you know, announced the Switch.
I'm shocked that one's not out yet. I guess they're waiting till holiday because I guess they could sell quite a few copies on holiday. That is a pretty fucking old game, though. That game's probably like 10 years old now, probably.
Yeah, but still.
8 years, maybe? 8 years?
But having a mobile version of the game?
No, it's not that. That's the big allure of the Switch, you know, just taking Zelda on the go. The console actually runs better out of the dock, which is absolutely crazy to me because when I plopped Zelda in and I was playing it, I'm like, oh my god, this shit's amazing. And I go to swing my fucking sword at a goblin, a Boko goblin, and it stalls out. Like, it just, you can see the frames just dip. And then it goes back to normal. I'm like, oh shit. Like, the rumor's true. It is that way. I think they updated it recently where it doesn't do that anymore. That kind of like hurt the moment a little bit because I was like, yeah, I'm gonna fucking kill this dude, and I was like,
you gotta think this is a new console. The always first batches are gonna have, you know, the bugs, and you know,
it wasn't a bug though. It's just how that console was, you know, designed per se. Like it just runs smoother out of the dock, and they want you to play it in your hands more than anything. Where I'm the exact opposite. I'm more of a home-bodied gamer. I prefer to have it here. Even with Vita, when I got Persona 4 golden and put 98 hours into it.
You were streaming it from the PS3?
No, I was just playing it on my bed.
Oh.
Just laying down, just had my headphones in on, just having a great time because that game just is very special to me. And no matter how many times I beat it and gotten the true ending every single time, even when I first beat it, it's just very, very special. It's something about it, and you're gonna discover it with this one because you haven't even tried it yet. But you will get really emotionally attached to these characters because you really feel like you're the main protagonist. Because you are the protagonist. You make all the choices. You do everything. You romance what girl you're into. You know, like all said and above. Yeah, it's gonna get weird. Sorry. Which is interesting. It's very much like what you would do in real life. You know, almost like a dating sim. Like you would just.
So basically, all your romantic life is like right here, bro.
Absolutely, and it is fantastic. It is fantastic. I actually have just gotten into a relationship, so I mean, I'm moving up, trending up. I got the blonde I always wanted. My waifu.
Oh man. So yeah, man.
Because, you know, I don't want to say all the other characters in Persona 3 and 4 weren't layered, but the writing and everything in this one, the layers to all the characters in this are absolutely amazing. Like, it's just, like, everything you watch, whether it's an anime, if you watch a TV show, a movie, anything like that, you're going to have character tropes. You're going to have the asshole guy, you're going to have the pretty girl, you're going to have the Prince Charming dude, you're going to have the comic relief.
The characters adjust to what your decisions are. They don't, they have a different personality, right?
You have a different personality.
Oh, okay.
But they have their tropes, but what I mean is, because you don't know, you're only 5 hours in, you only see Ryuji as a bumbling idiot. But wait till you actually get to know him and you get deeper into Kamoshida's palace and you really see how much of a piece of shit Kamoshida really was.
Yeah.
You know? Really was, and what he actually did to Ryuji to make him be that way. But like I said, when you hang out more with these guys and you build their... Like, I maxed out his rank recently. And you get to see them for really are, because this game is very much... Also, another thing about real life is rumors. Like, a lot of characters are judged. You're immediately judged because you have a criminal record. You're a piece of shit. You know, you got to this room. Even when your guardian Sojiro first meet you, he's like, just get in your room. Don't don't cause a trouble. You have a record. Stop it. Don't talk to anybody. Just do your, he treats you pretty poorly. And it's like everyone treats you and looks at you in a certain way. Even when you haven't walked around the school yet, when you walk around the school, you'll hear kids be like, "Holy shit, that's him. That's the criminal. That's the
guy. Yeah.
That's the guy."
I heard this. I heard that. I heard this.
And you're gonna see it with An too, how she's unfairly judged because she's so pretty. It's very much like real life. Like a lot of situations in real life or pretty much where we used to, said work, where everyone just would talk shit.
Basically, it was all high school all over again.
It pretty much was, and it still is now. I'm still, even being said out of it, I still feel it a little bit.
Bro, I've been out for God knows how long, and I still hear about it, bro.
All the time, constantly. And just wait till you get to that point, because, a lot of characters are very, very unfairly judged, and it's really good to actually get to know the person. And just like I said, just real life. I keep talking about real life and Persona, but it's very much like that, because you get to do everything.
No, that's good, and it's a game that you can relate to real life. Oh, you're doing unboxing?
Yeah, I'll just show them some of the artwork. Here's some of the main cast and their Persona.
Oh, look at that glare.
No, stop.
That was a bad glare.
Yeah, shit. Bad glare.
Yeah, once he gets the podcast running up, we'll get a better camera.
Yeah, I gotta prove myself first. You get a little Morgana plush, which he just met. He just met Morgana.
Yeah, that's interesting character.
You get an art book there's a newer, giving everyone giving Amazon a shout out. There's a newer art book that's up on Amazon right now. That's gonna be it's gonna be a much better art book. So get it pre-ordered. It's supposed to come out in June or July. I have mine pre-ordered already. I'm very, very excited for this art book is good. It's 64 pages, cool. The paper could be a little bit better, and that's why I'm getting the other art book. That's gonna be an actual legit art book. You also get the soundtrack of Persona 5. I don't know if it's every single song. There is 19 songs on here. I don't know if it's the full soundtrack, but it's pretty good. And then, of course, you get the Shuyin High School bag. The actual bag itself. I wouldn't recommend putting a laptop or anything super heavy in this because you're going to rip it and hurt it. It's not the most sturdiest thing, but it is nice, and I like it a lot.
I mean, like I said, if you have a Nintendo Switch, I know one of our said person that used to work there says he uses that to carry his Switch and everything.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Everybody on her. And I like how it's also a metal clip. This clips on.
Oh, the magnet?
Yep.
Yeah. Honestly, it's a really good game.
It's funny to you to say that just from the first 5 minutes, but so many people have come back to me on 5, and it's great, and I hope they go back and delve into the other ones. I hope they do. They recently had a poll. Where they're gonna they asked what you guys wanted to see next, and there was like a Persona 1 remake, a Persona 2 remake, a Persona 3 remake, a Persona 4 remake. It is the 20th anniversary, so I expect them to do. They announced something about Persona 1. I don't read Japanese, so I don't know what it is per se. But they said something about Persona 1 when I first watched the live stream of Persona 5 when it first got officially announced. And everyone was super hyped, and everyone thought it was coming out 2016, and it did in Japan, but not in America. It didn't. So it's an incredible. The best way to describe it, it's an incredible experience ever. One of the best games ever. And I'm going out. I've been a gamer since I was 5-6 years old when I first got my Super Nintendo, and out of all the games I played, this is one of the best ones ever.
Did you see that IGN article about Overwatch hitting 1 billion sales, I think it was, and making it Blizzard's 8th billion franchise? Or 8th ranked billion number franchise or whatever?
I didn't see that article, but I will absolutely believe it because Blizzard, everything they do is great. They don't do anything half-assed. Every single game is phenomenal. I feel like I want a little bit more to I love Overwatch for what it is. It's a fun.
I kind of wish they put a story like how they made those trailers.
Yes.
When we used to work at said place, when they used to play the trailers on the TV, I'm just like, oh my god, this game's gonna be awesome.
And that's why it deserves Game of the Year in some circles. But to me, Uncharted 4 was Game of the Year that year because of said story. That was the most beautiful wrap up.
It really was
of Nathan Drake's adventure,
and the epilogue was amazing.
Amazing because they left it open.
Spoiler alert.
Yeah, it was amazing, but
they wrapped everything up. They it explained everything that needs to be said, and it didn't leave you how most games leave you at the end. What's this? Why can't they make another version of it? And they never do. And it's just they wrapped it up. They closed the story good,
and it doesn't end how you expect it to. I expected something because of the title, how it was titled, that something was going to end, and it really didn't end that way at all, and I loved that for it. It took a different route, maybe a little bit of a safer route, but I liked it. How
it was still a good end. It
was incredible. That game got 10 out of 10 for a reason. It was one of the best.
Yeah,
Naughty Dog doesn't fuck around. What they do is fantastic,
and it's great because Naughty Dog takes the time. They do one game, and they'll do that one game. They won't, use their efforts for another game, and they'll do another game, and they're half-assed.
They've honestly almost revolutionized storytelling in games in a lot of ways.
Because even Jack and Daxter, that was my first Naughty Dog game, was Jack and Daxter.
Mine was Crash Bandicoot.
Oh no, that too. No, actually, Crash Bandicoot was my first one.
That was my first one.
It was Crash Bandicoot 2.
The Wrath of Cortex, which I have right up here.
Yeah, that one. That was my first one. I remember because that was when I got my PlayStation 1. That was a bundle that came with it. Crash Bandicoot and Spyro.
Yeah, I have all 3 Spyros up here too. I love those games.
After whoever bought them out or bought,
Universal bought both of them, I think.
yeah, it was just crap.
I'm very excited for the Insane Trilogy coming back, like 1, 2, and 3 coming back.
There was a demo on the PS Network, right?
I don't think so. Let's see.
Yeah, I think there was a demo. But yeah, I'm pretty excited for that too, honestly, because it was a good game, good story.
3 was my favorite, even though I don't own 3. I only own 2, but 3 was my favorite. 3 was my favorite game. Crash Bandicoot Warped. That was incredible. You said Crash, right?
Yeah, I think there was. I
Let's find out. That'd be incredible. That's June, right?
think so.
And all 3 games for like $30 or $40.
Is it a pre-order?
Let's find out. They'll say demo if they had it on there. Yeah, it's just pre-order. Let's see. Let me go down. Yeah, it's just no demo.
Yeah.
Not yet, anyway.
Yeah, it's gonna be a good game, and I'm glad they announced that when they said they were gonna remake that game.
I was too, because everybody wanted it, and Sony trolled the shit out of it. They had the shirts and everything, the Crash Bandicoot signs, and they never announced it until last E3. Very excited for this E3. I mean, Sony's been killing it with their E3 lately.
I'm a big Microsoft fan, and I can honestly say that they're disappointing me right now.
What's your expectations for Scorpio? Like, did you see the specs and everything? What do you honestly think of that? Like, honestly.
Well, we discussed. We talked a little bit about it yesterday. We asked, or who asked me? Ricardo was the one that asked me if I was gonna get the Scorpio, or was it Mike or someone? I think it was you.
It was me. I asked
you.
Because he just bought a new TV, a nice 4K TV, and he's like, "Come over, let's check it out." And I checked it out. I'm like, he had the Slim Gears console, and I was like, "Yo, are you gonna get the Scorpio? Like, did you see the specs and everything?"
I honestly probably won't get it. I mean, as much as I want to see that resolution, I'm just gonna stick with Xbox because I was really disappointed once they canceled Scalebound. Yeah,
Me too.
Scalebound. Like that looked like an amazing game. I thought it was whatever. And what their response was to that was, oh, Sony has much more into the works, and they were saying 2 other games that they weren't interesting. It's just like, wow.
They have really been slacking on the exclusive content. Phil Spencer lately has said they're gonna go ham sandwich for first party, and obviously they are. Like, Phil has done a fantastic job, but the guys above him on the non-gaming division, Microsoft's umbrella, obviously don't care about video games.
No, and they're doing amazing things, like laptop-wise. The Surface laptop was just announced, and it's gonna be they announced it's gonna be the most powerful laptop out, even better than the MacBook Airs and the MacBooks in general.
Yeah,
and that's something that Apple's, they're really piggybacking on that. But now that they announced the Surface laptop, I don't know what they're gonna do. So it's like they're dropping the ball on things, but they're doing better on other things, honestly, and stuff that will drive their money, because laptops are something that everyone is essential and is needed.
Honestly, in this day and age, you definitely need a laptop, or anything. Everyone uses a laptop, uses anything.
But like, yeah, going back to what you're saying about the Scorpio, I feel like it's gonna be a ginormous waste of money, honestly.
What is your price point? What do you think it's gonna be?
I honestly, they said it's not gonna be no more than $500 or no less than $500. So it's gonna be a range from $500 to $1,000.
The thing is,
for that, I might as well just drop a PC, honestly.
Yes, and one thing that also bugged me is they put all their exclusives on PC, and you can't do that. If you want to sell an Xbox One, you got to have exclusive games. For example, Uncharted 4, Persona 5, Horizon Zero Dawn, you can't play on a PC. And there's always this big misconception about PC gamers, that they don't exist. They're, because they don't leave their home or whatever because of Steam. You just don't see a lot of those guys in the game stores, Best Buy, Walmart, Target, all those stores, because, they don't carry that stuff more. And Steam was one of the first original platforms to actually, accept digital only, to do digital stuff. And that's why people have like 300, 400 plus games on Steam, because, I wanted this game for a long time. It's $2 now. I want to fucking buy it. And PC gamers exist. PC community is very strong. They're there, but you can't have, if Scalebound was coming, you can't have fucking Scalebound on, your your Microsoft Windows tablet, your laptop. Sorry, that just defeats the purpose of buying if I already have that, why the fuck would I buy an Xbox One?
And that's why a lot of retailers are pretty much going out of business, because the digital world is coming and it's taking.
And Microsoft's starting to take it full force now too, because they announced that new streaming program that was like what, $10 a month or something.
Yeah, and you can basically play any game that's on that library. That's kudos to them, but like.
And
I might as well just get a PS4 now. I mean, as much shit I used to talk about PS4.
He always did.
I mean, it's something I'm using. Like, all the games I pre-ordered yesterday, they're gonna come for PS4. Honestly.
What'd you pre-order?
I pre-ordered Tekken 7, Injustice.
Oh, I can't wait, man! Injustice is gonna be great.
And then
so is Tekken 7. Tekken's one of my favorite fighting games of all time.
And I even Call of Duty. As much as I played that on Xbox, I'm gonna get it for the PS4, honestly.
Interesting. And I don't want to seem like I hate Microsoft, because I own an Xbox One. I love my Xbox One. It's a great console, but
it's wasted.
It's just, it never reached, they cheaped out on it in its first batch. They had the negative publicity. That's what really killed them, was the negative publicity. Sony capitalized that and never looked back. And Sony's doing everything they fucked up on PS3. They rectified it on PS4, but I was still the same way with my PS3. I still liked my PS3 more than I liked my 360, even though 360 was a far better running console with the internet and everything like that. Exclusive wise, PS3 still always killed it, because they ended the swan song with Last of Us is one of the most beautiful games ever.
That's one game I need to really check out. I mean, it's cheap now. I want to get
it's super cheap now. Yeah,
it's $20. I really need to stop dropping the ball on that one, because
you got to play it. If you like Uncharted, it's the same people as Naughty Dog, but it's more brutal. It is, and I like their take of zombies, because they're not actually zombies. What it is, it's a fungal infection, and these spores fly out, and then they fly into you, and then they eat your face away. And that's why they call them like mushroom heads or something like that. It's a new take on zombies, and I like that a lot, because that world sucks. I would never want to fucking live in that world. That world is terrible. But such Troy Baker did such a, when I heard he was Joel, I was like, bullshit. That's not his voice, but yeah, it was him. He did it, and I got to talk to him about it at MegaCon a couple years ago. And he was the sweetest guy ever. I remember when I got up to him, because I went to his panel the day before, and I'm like, dude, you should have did the kanji voice in Persona. And he laughs at me, and he goes, get bit, in the kanji voice. And I was like, oh, I just couldn't believe it. One of the sweetest people ever. I'm excited to see him again this year. I'm definitely getting my Uncharted 4 steelbook sign here with him and Nolan North. And then I'm probably going to get Persona 4 Golden sign. Oh, not Golden, but I already have Persona 4 signed, so I might maybe it might just be this. Maybe it just might be Uncharted 4 then that I get signed. But I'm very excited, looking forward to that. He's an incredible actor and human being. And Last of Us got 200 plus Game of the Year awards, and it's one of the best. One of the most. It's a brutal game too. It's not brutal in the sense of challenge. There is challenge to it, but brutal in the sense of just violence. It is a very violent game.
It's a post-apocalyptic world, so of course it's gonna be violent and everything.
Yeah, but a lot of people, because Uncharted is very much like Indiana Jones. We're gonna get the treasure. I'm gonna go make it. And he's doing all this ridiculous shit that you won't ever be able to do in real life.
Exactly. No,
but I love that series, and I love that game. So I'm excited to see Lost Legacy with Chloe and Nadine and everything like that. But Scorpio price tag. Let's go back to Scorpio really quick, because I didn't get finished talking to that.
I said it was going to be at least $500 to $1,000, and it's going to be, because it's going to be interchangeable parts. It's going to be all this.
The thing is, though, if you're a customer and you have a 4K TV and everything, why wouldn't you just buy either the Slim or the Pro? If the Pro is $400 and does the same shit the the Scorpio. The Scorpio is going to be more powerful. Let me finish.
Okay.
Scorpio is going to be more powerful per se, but why would I spend maybe $150 more on something that does basically the same thing that I'm not really going to tell the difference about?
And that's where Microsoft's going to drop the ball. Honestly, I'm thinking about getting the Pro now. It's honestly because it's the 4K. But Sony's still dropping the ball by charging for the patches for the 4K.
They didn't. They don't.
They don't anymore?
They never did. That was always a lie.
Oh,
like when everyone was talking about that at said place, that was always a false lie because there was numerous articles that was spread about that. But all the Sony reps were like, no, they don't charge for. They actually have a pro mode for every game now, which I don't know how the hell that's physically possible.
Well, you got to think games are always made at 4K because of the PCs that they're designed on. They have to dumb it down to make it a console.
Yeah.
So they just literally release the final take of the game, and that was it. Because that's what I talked to the Sony rep that used to come in, and Ivan. Shout out to Ivan, by the way.
What up, Ivan? Why do you always lie, bro? Like you always lie.
He said it. What he said it was true though. Like I asked him about the same thing. It was like, how do they expect to make 4K games and release them to re-release them?
Because this is
And then he's like, well, you got to think that these games are made in like the most powerful computers ever.
And you're right. They are.
And they are already made in 4K. The final take is already 4K, but now they have to dumb it down to 1080p or whatever. So
Microsoft's case like 720 to 900 or whatever.
But they had to dumb it down.
Which is not a big deal. Like don't be typing in the comments, you pieces of shit, you fucking fanboys.
No, it's not.
It's nothing like that.
Yeah,
no,
man,
like we
like that.
We just lived it. We own all the like I literally have every fucking console. Like,
and I had the flagship ones, and now I have a Switch, so I have all the flagship consoles. I have no bias towards.
I love video. I'm a huge gamer, and I don't ever, as much as older I get, I still am in love with gaming, and that will never change with me.
I will admit,
my parents will never understand that because they think video games could be a kiddie thing. But if they ever watch me play Last of Us or Grand Theft Auto or something, they would probably change their mind. But the storytelling, for me as a gamer, storytelling is always key. And that's why I play a lot of JRPGs or, Naughty Dog games, because I like story so much. And it's what you alluded to earlier in Persona 5. I need something to get me in.
It has to, grab your attention. I think I put a lot of hours in Digimon. That was another JRPG.
I put 80 hours in Digimon. And Persona's 30,000% better than that game.
Yeah,
I love Digimon.
I put it in like 95, 96 hours, and ridiculous.
It's just so fun collecting the little bastards. I just love them so much.
And
it's a quick turn base too. You're not standing there forever. You're just pull them and you're done.
Yeah, exactly. So it's good. I mean, it's a really good.
Speaking of Cyber Sleuth, the sequel was announced. How hype are you for that one?
I'm very excited for that one.
I mean, I think you need to get Cyber Sleuth is so cheap right now. I think you need to definitely pick it up.
I don't know, man. I don't know how I feel about doing that all over again.
I understand that it's tough, but you probably have fun again because it's PS4. It's not Vita.
I know.
It will look better. It will feel better.
Well, honestly, it was the same when I looked at it from Vita and the PS4. It was the same, graphics. It's
sorta. It is like PS4 is more powerful. It will always look better.
Yeah, and get me wrong. And what sucks.
And I'm not a graphics. I worked with many friends at a time that loved like that's all they cared about. Like former bosses of mine, that's all they cared about was graphics. And I never did. I didn't care two shits about graphics. All I cared about was story.
Yeah, and that's what brought me in. It had a strong story.
It really did. It was a very emotional. Who was your starter?
Shit.
Hey, Grurumon, Terriermon, or Palmon?
Shit, I think it was Palmon.
Okay, I always go vaccine, so it was Terriermon for me. I always like vaccine.
No, it was Palmon. Yeah.
Because of, Greymon, Agumon.
When I was younger, I always loved Angemon, so that's why I got Palmon.
Well, Palamon, not Patamon. Palamon's the...
No, then I got Terriermon, yeah.
Okay.
Because, then I remember that I got it was Tokamon, right?
The previous one was Tokamon to get to Patamon, yeah.
Yeah, so I got Tokamon, right? So as soon as that, I was like looking. because I wanted to get
Angemon's cool. Angemon's one of the cooler ones for sure.
And it's been so long, man. I put so many hours. I was very frustrated when my save data got corrupted and deleted. So
I think it's been a long enough time that I think you will, because when the newer game comes out, you're gonna feel that hype again, and you're gonna want to play it because it is a direct continuation. Of that one, of Cyber Sleuth.
I probably will pick it up, and then when the time comes that they announce it for the American version, I will start playing it again.
I'm just very happy as. God damn it! I dropped everything. I'll pick it up later. I'm just very happy as a Digimon fan to see us get Cyber Sleuth and Next Order, and see Digimon have a big comeback. All the movies, they're making 6 movies of the original series as high school.
Have you seen the new one? They dropped the new one.
I need to watch the new one. I might watch it tonight because we're talking about it so much, and I love Digimon. And me and my buddy Mitch since 5th grade, we've always been we love Pokemon, but we always love Digimon more. We always were those weird kids that love Digimon much more, and I always stand by it today. I always will love Digimon much more. And
I just feel you have more variety because you can stay with the same Digimon and you can basically digivolve them to another one. And that's it.
Yeah, and it's not fair. Pokemon always had the more successful game franchise and stuff to say, but Cyber Sleuth and Next Order, they're coming back better than ever. I'm excited for the new sequel for Cyber Sleuth as well.
I don't see that coming to the States in probably another 3 years, 4 years.
No, they announced it 2018. It'll be here.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm so excited.
They don't take that long anymore. The thing is, we might actually get a dub for that game. Because they dubbed Next Order. Remember?
Oh,
I
that's
showed
right.
you that. And I was like, what? When I popped in Next Order, I was expecting Japanese, and it was dubbed. I was like, what the shit?
I think I'll still play the Japanese with
subs. The Japanese is fantastic. And honestly, it's... why I love Digimon so much more was the story. The story was so good.
I remember when I came over, you showed me Digimon Next Order. And remember Guilmon?
Guilmon, yeah, you were expecting him from Season 3, and he had such a different voice.
I was just like, wow!
I actually liked his voice in Next Order, though.
Yeah, no, I felt like the one in Season 3 was a little too childish.
Well, that show, Season 3 is actually pretty dark. That's a pretty dark show.
Yeah, but I'm gonna talk about the voice. I mean, at least the American voice.
No, you're right. The voice for sure. But I meant the show in general. A lot of people think it's a kiddie, but the plot was very fucked up.
It was really a lot of death, a lot of sacrifice,
a lot of foreshadowing of death and talking about death. It's very, very, very awesome in the sense of storytelling of Digimon. I just always liked that more because the Pokemon episodes were always the same thing. Team Rocket, blah, blah, blah. They don't get fucking Pikachu. They fly off, and then nothing really gets solved. He never evolves and gets better.
He never wins the leagues.
Yeah, he never wins the leagues where... it's been 25 years with Pokemon, and he's still 10 years old. That just makes no sense to me.
I mean, there's a lot of, conspiracy theories on that shit, and
my favorite one to hear is that when he got shocked from Pikachu with Misty's bike, that he never woke up from his coma, and that's what he's dreaming about.
Yeah,
that's always my favorite conspiracy about Ash Ketchum, is that he's in a coma and he doesn't, and where the hell is his dad? His dad's never around.
I mean, there was one point I know they
it's Professor Oak. He's banging his mom. I know it.
It was Giovanni, but then they put that Silver was his dad.
Yeah, and the
manga.
Yeah, and the manga, and also the Pokemon, Silver, Pokemon Silver and Pokemon Gold. That Silver talked about Geo all the time.
Oh.
And then in the remakes, you actually can time warp with Celebi if you did the thing.
Oh, that's right, yeah.
And then you can fight Giovanni himself.
Yeah, and he talks about his son.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they connected it that way too, which was pretty cool. Gold and Silver is my favorite games. The original Gold and Silver, Heart Soul, and Soul Silver were okay as remakes to me. I liked the original ones better.
Leaf Green and
Fire Red
were one of my favorites. I put in so many hours in that. I remember when Emerald came out, I was just like, what is this garbage?
Emerald actually was much better than Ruby and Sapphire.
It was, and
it completed Ruby and Sapphire much
and
more.
Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire were not bad games either. They were way better than Pokemon X and Y. I didn't like Pokemon X and Y.
I actually really liked X and Y because I like how I can customize myself, change my hair, buy a new dress, right?
Oh god. No, but I didn't like X and Y. That was the only.
Did you like Sun and Moon then?
I did. I really enjoyed those games. But again, after you finish the story, that's it. Honestly, they didn't do much to keep your attention. They didn't. They tried to do contests and worldwide and shit, and they failed epically.
What I loved about Cyber Sleuths, the game was out for in Japan for a year plus, and we got like 10 new free Digimon for free. Like out of the blue, they just gave us 10 new fucking Digimon for free. They had all new animations and everything, and I was like, "That's fucking badass." That was incredible.
There was an update?
Yeah, of just free update, and all the DLC was free too. They didn't make you pay for any of the DLC. It was awesome. But I remember because I follow Bandai Namco on Facebook, and they like Cyber Sleuth and Next Order were such huge successes for them that when they announced the new one and they already had a date for it for next year, I was like, yes, like that's amazing. Like Digimon's making a comeback, very much so. Let's talk about the movies. Besides the newest one, I didn't see the newest one. I saw 1, 2, and 3. I didn't see 4 yet.
That was the one
with Sora. That was Sora's one.
I didn't watch that one.
So you saw 3 then? You saw?
I saw 3. Yeah, the last one was when
Patamon.
I think
Patamon gets infected in the 3rd one.
No, I didn't see that one. I saw the one.
So you only saw the first 2 movies.
Yeah, the first 2.
You're 2 movies behind. I'm 1 movie behind.
Yeah, I saw the one where Leomon gets infected.
That's the 2nd movie.
And then they.
Damn it, guys! Screw you for always killing Leomon. Can't let him live, bro.
For real, that was a horrible death. Like
it was brutal, absolutely brutal. And I knew it was coming. As soon as he picked Makomon up.
Oh my god! Why? Shit. But kudos to finally getting Mega Evolutions for
everybody else. I love it.
Exactly, bro.
And they look so cool too. Like they're so drawn so more viciously, and I like that.
Vikemon was amazing.
Rosemon, Phoenixmon's gonna be in the next one because of Sora.
Yeah, everyone has their megas now, and
that always bugged me about the show because it was only Metal Garurumon and War Greymon.
It was only Matt and Ty that actually got the fucking megas, and
so
they announced Hercules Kabuterimon too.
Yeah, he's in the 3rd movie.
Yeah, so that's awesome, man.
Yes, it is because I like what they're doing with the movies. I even like the new character as well, Mako herself. But are you a Ty and Sora guy, or are you a Matt and Sora?
That's a fucking love triangle. That's not gonna.
Well, no, there's a canon ending to that. Remember in the end of season 2?
Who was it, Matt?
It's Matt and Sora, yeah, and I always hated that. It always pissed me the fuck off. I am a Ty and Sora guy through and through, and I love in the movies they play around with that all the fucking time.
Ty and Kairi end up together, right?
Ew!
Not Ty and Kairi, TK and Kairi.
Yeah, in the end of season 2, they kind of play around too. They hint at it here, but I like how Mimi, like she comes back from America and she trolls Sora all the time. She's like, Sora, you're gonna they both are pretty cute. You're gonna have a hard decision who you're gonna pick. And she blushes, and I love they play with that, but it hurts me so bad because I know the outcome, and that bastard, Matt gets her, and it just always bugs me.
I mean, I didn't see Mimi and Izzy at all.
That was a little strange to me.
But now they're showing it off in the movies.
Because I always felt like Mimi and Joe were more closer, and I think that's who they marry in the end of season 2. I think those two are married.
I think
Mimi and Joe, or maybe not. Maybe they're not. Maybe they have separate.
But there's a love interest right now in the movies
with Izzy, which is pretty cool. I like it because Izzy is I like how they play around with that because Izzy's always the nerd type character that doesn't to see him get frustrated like that and blush like that. It's cool. I like that a lot. It adds character to him. That we. Joe is basically an asshole for the first 2 movies, because he feels very depressed because he's not doing well in his entrance exams and stuff like that. He's having a lot of pressure to do well, and he's just not happy.
And then he finally gives in.
And he finally, and then Mimi's like, I'm hurt too, and stuff like that. And they have that moment in the rain. It's just really good. I need to watch the new. Like you just reminded, I need to go watch the new movie. You need to watch them too, so we can talk about it.
I need to. But Dragon Ball Super, bro, the tournament.
I didn't see that episode yet.
You haven't seen the last one yet?
No, I need to watch it. I know. Did you see the spoilers though?
I have not seen the spoilers yet.
Do you want me to tell you?
No, not yet, brother. I'm gonna watch it tonight.
Future Trunks dies.
Motherfucker.
We trolled one of our closest friends. He's a big fan of Future Trunks, and I am too. We love Future Trunks, and the Future Trunks Black Goku saga was awesome. Incredible.
It was.
But I remember I go to work. I would work with him said day, at said place, and I would go. And he was being a jerk to me that night for whatever reason, because I guess I trolled him too much. He was just being a dick to me.
But you're a dick, bro. You just kick him when he's down, man.
And I tease. I don't mean anything I say. Everybody knows that.
Yeah, you kicked him when he was down, and you're probably about to make him cry.
No, I didn't. I would never do that. I never would hurt people, personally. And everybody knows that. I always troll and have a good time, but I don't mean anything I say. I don't mean to hurt anybody.
So anyways,
but going on, I'm like, you know what? You're being a fucking asshole to me. That's why I told him, hey, you're being a fucking asshole to me. You know what? Future Trunks fucking dies. And he believed it. He was so pissed off. Like, he would always check. And they would. It was funny. Like, he couldn't find it on his phone. And he's like, you better be fucking joking. I'm like, nope, he's fucking dead, you piece of shit. And I just thought I'd tell because he was being mean to me that day.
By the way, we call each other pieces of shit.
Yeah, POS. We always say it all the time. Again, we're not a kid show. We're already 56 minutes in. Can you believe that already? We're already at an hour.
It's crazy.
It's very fun. It's very loose. There's no pressure to be on here. We just have a lot of fun on the Golden God and Friends said podcast.
Even though you're a false god.
No one ever says that. No one ever does. The GG is always very proud of who he is. So let's go off.
So yeah,
did you see? Let's talk about Attack on Titan season 2. What are you liking it? So you and me are like so far ahead in the manga. We already know what's happening. But are you liking the season?
I am. I'm just hating the cliffhangers. Like, I just want to see what's gonna happen already. It's amazing seeing the show, and in animation, and not reading the manga, and getting more of an understanding, because the anime is always going to be more in detail than the manga.
Are you hurt that it's only 12 episodes?
Yeah, because we're gonna have to wait another 2-3 years for another.
I don't think so. I think they're doing it every year. Yay! I think they're doing it. I think they're doing 12 episodes every year. And if they do 12 episodes every year, or not every year, but like every fall and spring or whatever.
Yeah.
Like, I'm okay with that. I can deal with that because they're kind of going through like, in Japan it's tough to be an animator because you don't get paid well. You're very underpaid and you're overworked and shit like that. Season 2 I'm absolutely loving. I'm loving everything about it. But I especially love the cliffhangers because it makes me go, shit, I need to come back next week to see that. Even though I already saw that scene happen, I already know who said people are.
Yeah, no,
it's still cool to see it actually, like you said, in motion. That first episode, seeing the fucking Beast Titan finally, was like, oh shit.
All right, spoilers now. What did you think about seeing the Armored and the Colossal Titan happening?
I liked it. I did like it. It was just strange how they did it because Reiner was going through some mental shit. He's he almost died again. He almost died. He saw his friend die from the Titan that he just saw reappear back in his life. We won't spoil that.
Yeah.
But
how do you feel about that?
He had such a mental breakdown, and that's why he confessed to said character. Which, like, even Bertolt's like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, what? Like, Reiner, are you crazy?
And like, then are we actually doing this now?
Yeah.
Are we doing this right now?
And then they do it. They fucking do it. It is crazy with said character, but there's There's so many Titan shifters in this story now.
It's gonna.
They knew it too. They knew that they had people that they don't. If you go back and watch season 1, you'll see those particular characters not there.
Yeah, that's true.
They disappear for a little while.
I can't wait to when it goes more into depth with the story, especially with what happens in the manga, which I'm gonna be excited to see.
Like how Titans are actually made, and
like the actual truth about behind the walls and what's happening. And, it gets good. I mean, it shows a lot about how government corruption is, and anarchy is. So it's gonna be a good series. I can't wait to see the rest of the anime.
I hope so, but how far do you think they're gonna go?
It might go all the way, or it might just be like Bleach, where they just cut off after a season.
Yeah. Are they trying to bring Bleach back though? I heard a rumor about that forever. Like they were trying to bring Bleach back.
Funimation's not gonna do it anymore. They had too many fillers. They were inconsistent with everything.
I only liked season 1 of Bleach. I never liked season 2.
Well, there's too many fillers. I'm telling you, there's too many fillers.
Season 1 and 2 weren't filler though. They were like Soul Society arc, and I just never liked that when Soul Society arc came and stuff.
Once they start, have you read the manga?
I heard the manga kind of sucks. Like the ending sucked.
The ending was horrible. They honestly, what they did was just end the series. That's what. Did
he end up with Orihime?
Yeah, they have a kid together.
Oh.
Spoilers. Yeah, Riku and this guy, what's his name?
Renji?
Yeah,
I figured they kind of always had a connection.
They have a kid together too.
But if you ever watch season 1, I always felt like it was Ichigo and Riku?
No.
Is that her name? Riku? Rukia. I always thought those two were going to be together.
Rukia, yeah. I feel like it's going to be like how they did with Boruto. It's going to be with their kids, because their kids are introduced. And they're introduced as Soul Reapers.
What happened to Chad?
He becomes a soap opera like
a soap opera singer. Okay.
No, it's not. No, not singer, but like a actor. Yeah, like a soap opera actor.
Because I liked him a lot, and then they kind of like written him out for a long time.
Yeah, because in the end they like, oh, we're gonna miss Chad's what's it called, show, whatever, or his reward or something for acting, and so it's his
reward. So what about Quincy? I forgot his name.
I forgot his name too. But I think he's a doctor. He is a doctor. He runs his own hospital.
Okay.
But like I said, I feel like it's going to be like Boruto the Next Generation, because they introduced their kids as Soul Reapers.
Thank you for letting me use your Hulu, but I saw you were watching Boruto. So what do you think about it? Because I don't like Boruto or Naruto. Don't ever bring it up again in the podcast.
Wow.
But go ahead. What are you thinking of the season so far? Did you like the ending of Naruto? Like, did you watch the last few episodes and how it ended?
Yeah, I mean, it was good. They tie it off by the wedding. It's pretty good. Spoilers again.
The Ugo won. You did it. You did it, Hinata. You did it, girl.
So they.
I like the games. I don't want to make it seem because I don't want to anger people. I'm just a Dragon Ball guy, obviously, with the shirt on. I like the video games. Like the Naruto video games get rid of all the filler and it's the purest form of the story. And I like him. I like watching, because I only saw him as a whiny kid, but I like to see him actually the fucking pain he goes through. Being ridiculed because he's a Jinchuriki and he has this demon fucking fox in him.
And that's what.
And shit.
And if you watch Boruto the last movie, or Boruto the last, whatever the movie with him, he sees how because Boruto thinks his dad was given everything. He's a Hokage. He's whatever.
He hates his dad. He hates
his dad.
He doesn't understand how much his dad goes through.
And then when he finally he sees, because he's never seen the fox form, like his Jinchuriki, whatever it's called,
Jinchuriki.
Yeah, his transformation. He doesn't see that. His tail beast form. He never sees that. When he sees that in the
show.
Spoilers, when he does it in a tournament, he's like, what is this? Is this really my dad? And he like saves the whole village because the guy does like a tailed beast bomb, like the main villain.
Yeah.
He literally, like, Sasuke puts them inside the Susanoo armor to protect him and
all the kids and everything.
Him and his daughter. What's his name?
Sasura.
Sasura, yeah. So he protects them, and Naruto literally closes up the whole shit, and that shit blows up, only hurting Naruto, and then he sees it like when towards the end he does a Rasengan, Boruto, and then his dad was like, hold it up, and he holds it up, and
it
gets
gets
bigger. It's huge.
I like I watched a little bit of the Boruto movie just to see what it is, and I like the contrast of characters because Sasura, which is Sasuke's daughter, I liked how she admires Naruto, like how she understands and she wants to be a female Hokage, and that's her dream. And then I like the other perspective where, Boruto doesn't, like he says, he doesn't understand his dad. He doesn't realize that his dad is so busy and what he's been through. And I like how he looks up to Sasuke.
He wants to be the rogue ninja.
And I like how that is different. Like, and
the roles reversed, yeah.
Yes, I like that a lot because I like those characters in general. And like I said, from playing all the games and everything, that's kind of how I know some of the endings.
Did you see the beginning of, like, at least a future version of Boruto?
What the thing is, what is up with Orochimaru becoming like a chick and then squirting out the little dude? I never forgot who he is. He's like part of Team Boruto or whatever.
Yeah, he's his son, basically.
But how? That's gross as shit.
I don't know, man. It's just... Hold on. Have you seen the beginning? Like, it's basically in the future, and basically the Leaf Village is destroyed.
Of the anime?
Yeah.
Of Boruto?
Yeah.
No, we can put it up here right now if you want.
Yeah, put it up real quick. You have to see it. It's just like what's gonna happen, and it's a good thing, like a little foreshadowing of what's gonna happen. So it was just amazing. Like, it's like, damn, what's happening? Like that's how it kept you in.
It's good. Like the story that's there, I can see why people like One Piece and.
Yeah.
Like, you gotta go through shit. You gotta go through a lot of shit. Like, because I played Burning Blood a little bit. I checked it out one time, played it for a little bit, and thought it was pretty good, but it wasn't as fast as Naruto games. The Naruto games were much better. I like... Oops.
Go to the first episode. Right there. See how it is.
What the hell?
Yeah.
He looks way different. Uzumaki. And his daughter's pretty strong, too, isn't she? Like, she knocks him out with a headbutt or something?
No, with a gentle fist. She knows how to do that because she got the Byakugan. Look.
Who's he fighting, though?
I don't know. Kawaki.
Oh, so he killed his dad?
I don't know. They don't say it.
Oh, shit. He fucked up the statues.
Look, the whole village is gone.
Wow.
And he has like a leaf.
Scar. Interesting.
And that's it right there.
And then it flashes back?
Yeah, the story goes back in time.
Damn, bro. And they're only 5 episodes deep?
Yeah.
What do you think of the opening song?
I don't really care for songs. I just skip through
it. I actually got into that stuff more recently, is the openings and endings of songs. There's some good ones. Especially Death Parade. The opening of Death Parade, fucking amazing song.
That's the one where he can turn into like a...
Don't spoil it. Like, did you watch it?
I think I watched it. Is this the one where he like literally turns to like a Shinigami at night?
No, that's a different one.
Okay.
Death Parade is about... It's about death. Not death, the character himself, but judgment. And just watch it. It's incredible. It's super quick. It's like 12, 13 episodes. Incredible series to watch. I remember Matt and I started watching it, and he loved it so much, Matt just went home and finished it. I was like, you piece of shit. Like, he loved that so fucking much. And it's a great show. The opening's incredible, but very misleading, because the show is pretty dark. It's pretty grim. There is some lighthearted moments and stuff, but it's It's an amazing show. I don't want to spoil too much. Like, just go watch it. It's really good.
I will. I probably will. I mean, a lot.
You have Hulu. You have the. I'm probably gonna go finish watching it now. It's really good. So, are you liking where Boruto's going, or?
It's the beginning, man. It's honestly the beginning. They're just introducing everyone. You know.
Are you a fan of the new style, like the new art style, the new?
It looks the same to the old, like how the.
Well, in the manga, it's very different. It's not Kishimoto anymore.
We'll see, man. We're gonna see how it goes. I mean, I haven't really read the mangas now yet.
Who's your favorite character?
In
like Naruto or Boruto, like who's your favorite?
I like Boruto. He's very humble. He's not trying to
Except when it comes to his dad.
Yeah, he's very humble. He's very good to his friends and everything. He's not trying to be a big person. He's trying to, because he
just wants a dad. That's all he really wants.
He wants to be his own person. He doesn't want to be the 7th Hokage's son.
Yeah.
He doesn't want to be that.
What about... The one thing I always had a gripe with Naruto, the ending and the relationship endings. I almost feel like they just had a dartboard with pictures on it and just threw whatever two matched. Because I don't like Sakura ending with Sasuke. The point where Sasuke literally was gonna murder her. Like, literally gonna kill her. And you're gonna tell me they fall in love after that? Like I don't see that. And then with, it's Koji, right? Koji, the heavier set one? Choji. Random girl from music, like Wind Village or something, like he just ends up with. And then Sai and Ino? Like, no. The guy that can't talk? Like, has no emotions? I don't know. I just had a problem with the only one I liked was her, like Naruto and Hinata. Like, I always she really actually had effort, where Sakura never had no effort.
What about Shikamaru and this girl? What's her name? I forgot her name. Garo's sister.
They always kind of had a romance. They always hung out and stuff.
Yeah, but no,
Tamari.
They
always hung out and had something was there anyway. But Hinata always put effort. Like everyone made fun of Naruto, but she never did. She looked up to him because he had the confidence to be good.
And she was in love with him. Oop.
You're fine.
She was in love with him, so it's good.
And then she almost died from pain. Like, I was like, oh shit, she's dead. She's fucking dead.
Did you see that manga strip that they put? It's like when Naruto passing the baton to Deku.
No, I didn't see that one.
Oh, shit, let me see if I can find it. And it's like, oh, he's gonna do all. He's like he's gonna do great things. Him and Luffy from One Piece. So he's gonna do great things. And he's like, save me a seat for ramen. He's like, for sure. And then there's a picture of Goku, Luffy, Naruto, and Ichigo. That's
pretty cool, because all the shonen stuff. One of the shonens is not a true shonen, but I like a lot is Fairy Tail. And I feel like it's very underappreciated. That show's epic, and it's amazing, and it's ending. It hurts me to say that they're ending it. They're gonna end. They're gonna have one last movie to end the arcs forever. I think they might have some more anime, but they're gonna end it.
The manga it's already done. It's almost done. Yeah. I think it's in the last few.
And it's interesting to see where that goes, because that was another. There's another couple I always want it to be in there, and it's not gonna happen. Is Lizana and Natsu. Oh yeah, from the. Because that's supposed to be the next big shonen is My Hero Academia.
Yeah.
Like, that's supposed to be taking off. I need to watch it. I heard it's incredible. I remember you just talked about you were pre-ordering the Pops earlier today.
Yeah, it's a good show. It is.
Oops, sorry.
It is. It has its ups and downs, man. It gets boring, and then sometimes it gets good. Then it gets good.
I heard season 2 is really good. I heard season 2 is much better.
I haven't seen season 2. I read the manga.
Oh, okay.
I like reading the manga because I like.
You think it's a good? So the anime is not a good adaptation of the manga yet? Not yet, anyway.
Yes and no. There are good things about the actual anime that makes the manga, look better. But it's just, it's not there yet.
Sorry.
No worries. But it's gonna get there. It's gonna take time, but it's gonna.
Okay, that's good.
They have it on Hulu if you want to watch that.
I should check that one out. I need to. There's a lot I kind of what I've been really watching is Attack on Titan season 2, and then Berserk came back. I found out all of a sudden that Berserk's back, and I was like, holy shit! Like if you think Tokyo Ghoul, Hellsing Ultimate, and like some of these other like violent shows are gross, Berserk was the first one to originate it. You know, Berserk is one of the best brutal series ever. A lot of people don't like the new art style because it's that pseudo 3D animation. But I'm just happy that fucking Berserk is back. Like, it blows my mind that this show, because it ended in 97.
It's been 20 years?
They ended at 97, and then they came back in the early 2000s with 3 movies. Then it disappeared again, and we're like, what the fuck? Like, where is Berserk? And the third movie. Wow. Some of the most brutal shit you will ever see. Ever. And we're going to watch it. Next time we hang out, I got all 3 movies. We're going to watch the movies. And I want to get a live reaction from the third movie. Because the first 2 movies are very, like medieval. Oh, okay, haha, You're going to see the story go by. And then the third movie...
Never heard of Berserk.
Third movie goes super supernatural. And it's fucked up. And you find out what the world is really like, and it's like, holy shit. Like, it's super... We might actually start it right now, right after this, since you're here. And it's not too late anyway. You don't gotta go home anytime soon, you're off. But I'm just happy. We gotta understand, guys. I get it, understanding. You don't... Because I've seen a lot of people complain about it. It's not, like the nips are censored in the newer one, and they kind of tore down the gore a little bit. But to have it back... Just be appreciative of that. Berserk, I never fucking thought ever in my life to see it come back, and it's amazing. So we'll end this podcast with one final question, Lewis. Out of all the anime series ever that you have watched, what do you want to see rebooted or a second season of? That anime was so good it deserved a fucking second season. Shit. Putting you on the spot right now, live on the Golden Friend podcast. Shit. Episode 4 billion.
If you ever post it.
Yeah, right. I'm gonna post them all. I'll have time to make them now.
Oh, fuck, man.
I just need to edit the first episode, and I literally only have to edit like 3 minutes, and I don't know how to do it.
I don't know, man. There's so many animes.
All right, we'll come back to you. There's a couple I want to talk about that I really, really fucking want back, and the first one is Claymore. I want a season 2 or Actually, no, I don't want a season. I'm sorry. I want a reboot of Claymore. The first season was absolutely incredible until the last 2 episodes where they fucked it all up. It got super wrong. Like, if you don't know what Claymore is a amazing action adventure show. But what a Claymore is these female characters. It's a world filled with yomas, which are the demons in the world.
Yeah.
And these demons could be your best friend, your brother, because they took over they ate your brother and turned their form. So they can be hiding in your village, you don't know. Oh, this is like medieval times and stuff. And they would hire claymores to kill the yoma, because the claymores are part yoma. They are planted. They plant yoma into claymores, and then the claymores have yoma powers, but eventually they will succumb to it and become yoma themselves. It's a very dark, twisted, corrupt story. Really good. I like it until the last 2 episodes where they just fucked it up. It was really incredible. It followed it to a T. I have it right there.
Which one is it?
It's the white box. Just be careful when you pull it out. I'll pick it up, don't worry. Absolutely incredible series. It's 26 episodes, but they fucked up the last 2. I mean, it was horribly done wrong.
They'll probably rush to finish the game. I mean, the movie.
Well, the manga...
The manga is still going on?
The manga just ended like 2 years ago. And they went super far, and it's amazing. The thing I don't like, though, is... Well, this is what really happened. They were following the manga to the T until they got to like the last 2 or 3 episodes because there was no manga. And they're like, oh shit, we gotta kind of just end it somehow. And then they kind of just left a weird cliffhanger that just made no fucking sense. And
So you want it remade so the last 2-3 episodes are made correctly.
yes, and a second season on top of that. That's one of mine. Did you think of yours while I was talking?
No, because there's so many that...
Come on, you gotta have something that's in your heart that you'll love. There's another one I'll go off right now.
Which one?
It's this one that I want a season 2 of, and it's Tokyo Ravens. Absolutely amazing. And it's not the best anime ever, but it's an amazing story about magic. You know, magic, learning to use magic. The ending got really, really good. Like he just something happened to this. I don't want to spoil it, but it just got really good, and
it just ended.
And it ended, and I'm like, shit, I want a season 2. I heard the Blu-ray didn't sell well enough, so I don't think they're ever gonna do it. So we'll probably never get it. But these are probably my 2 biggest ones I want. I love these so much. Funimation did such a great job dubbing these. The voice actors and actresses did a great job. I bought the chipboard box that I always do in Funimation, and part 1 and part 2. Thanks for taking my money. But I absolutely love the new voice actress for Bulma actually voices Kon here. So I met her last year and she was super sweet. She was the new Bulma. I don't like her as Bulma as much, but she is super sweet. And I found out she's Mary Jane in Fairy Tail, and she's also shit, there's another one. Shiro in Dead Man Wonderland. She's like, yeah, that's me, and she was super nice. She gave me candy. Thank you for that. I love the candy. It was delicious that day. And that's the cool thing about MegaCon, because I paid for the autographs I wanted, but I got to hang out with my bro, and he paid for like every single autograph, but I still got to talk to the people. I met Todd Heckerburn, Natsu, the voice of Natsu, and Jocko and Dragon Ball Super. They're very, very, very cool people. Everyone's super nice. I shook Todd Heckeburn's hand, and I was like, I'm Levi Strauss, nice to meet you. And he paused, looked right back at me, and goes, I like your name. Super sweet people. You gotta have one. You gotta name a couple. Just name a couple on the top of your head that's in your instant gut reaction.
I can't remember names, bro. Like it's. I know there's a couple I wanted to see because they end just like that. Like nothing happened.
Yeah, because what anime, this is the sad truth about...
the double part-timer one?
I want that one too, but we're never going to get it. We're never going to get it. Devil is a Part-Timer is a hilarious 13-episode show. Go watch it. It's really good. They did leave off.
The fight scenes are awesome.
The fight scenes, the comedy, everything's awesome.
When he fights Lucifer, that's awesome. He's just like...
It was well animated, very well, and then he got all the hate, and he became big as shit.
Yeah, and he was about to punch, and all those fucking magic circles started appearing, and he's like looking, and it's like, and he ends up with just like little few bumps at the end. It's hilarious after that.
And then he ends up being like part of the team after that or whatever.
No, it's an amazing. That's one that I kind of wanted to see.
Another one, I could keep going on forever because I love anime so much. There's another one I really like, and it's.
I'm still new to anime, so it's just
Don't judge me by the covers of these. Don't judge me by the covers, but... Absolutely phenomenal show. And it's Is This a Zombie? Season 1 and 2. I want a Season 3 of Is This a Zombie? A hilarious show from beginning to end. Great action, great romance, sort of romance, semi-romance, great action, very hilarious comedy, some of the best comedy ever put in a show. It's kind of the fucked up comedy because it's a different form of zombie. Basically, he looks like a normal person, but he's a zombie, he's dead. And the comedy in that show is about beating the fuck out of him. And his bones are breaking. They saw him in half a couple times. great. I might show you the first episode right now after this. But I did it all already. Like I did it all. Like there's gotta be stuff you want. There's one more. My favorite anime of all time. And it will never happen. And it hurts me. I'm glad the Blu-ray's finally coming out. Got it pre-ordered. Very hyped. And it's Outlaw Star. I always wanted a season 2 of Outlaw Star, and we never got it. That is my favorite show of all time. It had everything I absolutely love. Cowboy Bebop's more known, but a lot of people that watch Cowboy Bebop watched Outlaw Star and liked it as well. It had everything. It had the action. It had the drama. It had the romance. Gene Starwin is one of my favorite characters ever. Malfina is one of my favorite waifus ever. I'm very much excited to see that on Blu-ray and binge watch the shit out of that every day because some of my favorite episodes and the full uncut version too, because Toonami censored the shit out of that show. I've watched it uncut several times. I found it. It used to be on YouTube. They used to have all the episodes on YouTube, but Outlaw Star is like 1996. Like we didn't get it here till like 2003 when Toonami was playing it. I think I was in middle school.
Question: Did you watch Samurai Jack?
Yes, I did, but I was never like super into it. Like I did like Samurai Jack. I do like how they brought it back and made it more violent.
It's amazing. You need to watch it, man.
Okay, I gotta dive back because I did watch like a lot of those earlier shows, everything that was on Toonami and stuff.
It was honestly, I was a big Samurai.
Isn't one of your favorite shows already coming back?
Which one was that one?
Sailor Moon.
Oh wow. You're such a piece of shit.
You gotta have something, bro. I did 4.
I can't think of anything right now, brother. Honestly.
All right. Well, you hold on to that question. Thank you, GG Nation, GG Legion, for joining us for this bonus episode. I don't know what I'm gonna title this. I guess some anime talk because we did end up talking about a lot of anime. We did another hour and a half, which is pretty impressive.
What the fuck?
Thank you so much, guys. Anything you got to say, Lewis?
We got to do a podcast with a trio.
Yeah, I know. If I could fit any more people in my room. You have a good day, guys, okay? Thank you so much.